2. Last episode, we came to Planet Aether and found out that some bad shit was going down, and in this part, we're gonna see what the hell happened.
But by the way, above the visor, above the health bar, that is saying how much battery life we have in the Wiimote.
Yep.
And as you can tell, it's full. So.
Yeah, when that thing gets to 1 bar, we're gonna be worried. Oh shit.
These are regular splinters, now they're becoming dark splinters.
Remember the mook rushes and then the one giant enemy thing from the first game? This is the only instance of that, and the big enemy never really comes back later in the game, so.
Yep. We're going up against the daddy version of these things, or mama version. I think it's going to be mama version or something.
I think it's technically the mama version. Does it really matter? No.
No. Button mash a go!
There we go.
Okay, scan this thing right away.
Yep. Well, you still have to attack it a bit before it, or.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying it saves you a lot of trouble if you just scan it right away.
Yeah. And this is the Alpha Splinter. We're not sure if it's a male or a female, but all we know is that it was acting really fucking stupid right there.
Yep. And now this is why I said you have to scan it right away.
Because as soon as you start attacking it for a little bit, this happens.
It becomes the Dark Alpha Splinter.
Yep.
And you can't. And once they become the dark version, you can't scan the regular version anymore.
And like I said, these things don't come back later in the game, so you can't wait for that. So if you're used to just scanning it later in the game, like in Prime 1, that you can't do that.
These things are just like the main bosses in the first game. Now they don't come back.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but still.
And it's dead.
And there's achievements in the trilogy version.
They're not very difficult achievements.
Yeah, they're not. And by beating that thing, we get a fairy.
Sort of.
Get back here. Come back here.
Although NCS put it as a boob enhancement.
I feel all tingly.
Considering where into her suit it entered from,
I don't blame them.
Have you actually seen NCS's Prime 2 playthrough?
Nope. Okay, it just said no negative things, no negative side effects. If I was Samsung, I would go, sometimes you just can't trust these things.
Yeah. Well, seeing as it just shocked her entire suit and nothing bad happened, I would like to trust it a bit.
Yeah, but you never know what it did. That might have gone underneath the scanner's nose.
True. Still better than Prime 1's stupid bullshit excuse for us losing our powers.
We got thrown into a wall by one badass explosion.
Yep.
I don't know which one was the more bigger badass, the wall or the explosion.
The wall is the protoform of spiked wall, man.
Do not be afraid. I am Humos, sentinel of the Luminoth. Please listen and hear of our world's peril.
You don't need to pull a William Shatner.
Okay, fine.
You can do the voice, you just don't need to do the fucking pauses.
Okay. Long ago, a cosmic object fell to our planet, Ether.
Aether.
Who cares? Exploding with great force, a rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world.
Remove the A and you'd have Ether.
Where once there was one Aether, there were now two, one of light and one of shadow. Each existed in its own dimension.
And for those of you who are wondering why we're doing this, it's because Jeff will punch me if I don't let him.
Yeah, I will. It was the end of peace on Ether, for a new race was born that day on the dark world, one filled with hate and a terrible power. They are the Ing.
Are the Ing just like corrupted Luminoth or something? I've never been able to figure that out.
I don't know. They look like spiders. Well, one's moths and the other things are spiders. So, the Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing of peace or mercy.
Well, seeing as they followed Dark Samus, I would think so.
For decades we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat.
Well, seeing as you're the only one of these things I've seen that's alive as of yet, I would agree to that.
When Dark Aether was born, our planetary energy was divided. Half for our world and half for theirs.
How does that work? Dark Aether's technically in another dimension, so I would think that it gets its own copy of all of the planetary energy.
Well, I guess the planetary energy just can't be copied.
Thank you, Samus.
Should one world gain control of this energy, the other will perish. Oh shit. Before you arrived, the Ing stole a device from us, one that collects planetary energy. With it, they have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse.
You mean the boob enhancer? Damn it, NCS.
But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. It sucked you in your breath so you know what it feels like.
You really couldn't have chosen a better place for that.
With it, you can help us. Help us restore our world. And sorry, no, I could not. The thing has a pervy mind.
And I would just like to question how the Luminoth could use this thing in the first place, since it technically just turned into energy and dissolved into our suit.
You are our only hope, Samus.
The transfer module kind of dissolved into our suit, so I have to wonder how the Luminoth could use it. Or the Ing could use it, for that matter.
Maybe it dissolved. Maybe it did the same thing. Maybe it did the same thing to them, but it did for our suit. It dissolved into their bodies instead. Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be their next victims.
Well, seeing as
you mean humans, Chozos, or Chozo hybrids? Or human Chozo hybrids? I just gotta ask.
Well, seeing as I'm the only one with the technology to defeat these fuckers other than you, then yes, I have a feeling that they would spread rather fucking quickly.
The Ing have taken our energy to 3 temples on Dark Aether. Find these temples and transfer their energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system with the locations of another temple. There is knowledge there that can help you on your way. Is that knowledge capitalized or not? I can't tell.
It's not.
Okay. I have updated your translator module. You can now access devices and doors coated with violet holograms. Many lands are now open to you.
I can understand him giving us only one at a time, mainly because the later parts of the game actually get kind of challenging. And I imagine if we went there now with the equipment we have, they would kill us within a matter of seconds.
If I gave you the other... sorry, I don't have any of the other translators. My buddies got me drunk when I took them all. Prepare well for your journey. The Ing now know you possess the energy transfer module. They will try to recover it at all costs.
That was pretty goddamn quick.
By the way, if you die, basically it's just saying, don't die, you dumbass. Return to me once you have restored the energy to a temple. I will aid you as I can. May the light of Aether shine upon you. And we got a full heal from that. Although I don't think you really needed it.
And we have shit to scan here.
Okay, scan your moss.
Oh, I was trying
to scan your moss. Scan your moss.
There. Okay, apparently that's not a scan entry. And now I can get a majority of the fucking lore in this game.
Why are most of the lore covered in violet?
Well, most of the lore is covered in just...
translators?
Yeah, translators in general.
Okay. So yeah, how you get other translators is not from Yumas, I believe.
Yeah, it's not.
I said his buddies got drunk one night and took him, and that's probably about the closest thing to an explanation we'll get. And now we're going to Aegon, the first temple area.
And even though it says pathway to Aegon, we still have a bit of temple grounds to get through before we get there.
Well, it's the path to the transporter for Aegon.
Yep.
And yes, don't charge a beam in here, or else they'll bum rush you like they did to me in the first game.
We actually do find the enemies from the first game later on. Only
I mean,
they're
we
not.
already
Only
fought.
they're no longer attracted to your beam.
I mean, we already fought war wasps, so down we go.
Yeah, we do fight bamboos later on in the game, but they're no longer attracted to your beam.
Oh yeah, there's no, like I said before, there's no wave beam, ice beam, or plasma beam.
I don't think you actually said that before.
Well, I think I was about to, but then I tried to catch up on the glitch. And also when we get our first beam, I hope you guys like Halo. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Anyway, this was not open before I don't believe. Let me go, you stupid cutscene. The shit I need.
Yes, we know. Dark energy bad. Now let's go.
Yep, over here. There we go. Through the door.
Energy tank. It always helps to have another energy tank.
Yep.
By the way, when I was playing Zero Mission as a kid, and you know how the health looks like dark purple spheres. I thought Thanos was absorbing darkness since she was like a somewhat evil person. Because my little kid mind did not feel like reading the first thing for the mission. So let's see. Transport to Aegon should be there.
There we go. Okay, I am going the right direction. That's something I tend to do in all Metroid Prime games.
Just check to make sure you're going in the right direction.
Yeah. People say that this game is the most confusing of the Prime games, mainly from the similarity of everything.
That's what a map is for.
Yeah, I can see what they're saying, but you're given a map for a reason. Use it.
Yeah, it's a lot more better than just the squares that you get in the 2D games.
Yeah.
Scan that guy.
I understand people wanting to just keep the pace going, but sometimes some games just don't want you to do that. This is probably one of them.
Oh yeah, have you never? By the way, I never put this similarity before because the game ties the game.
Come over here and we get our first missile expansion.
Okay, but that's what I was saying. You know those ice enemies in Phaedrona Drift?
Yeah.
The small little crystal things you need to blow up with a missile?
Yeah.
Don't they look a lot like a Bergmite?
A little bit.
Nintendo, you crafty bastards. Even though it was Retro who designed them.
And Game Freak is the one who designed the Bergmite.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they had somebody from Retro working at Game Freak at the time.
Maybe.
I didn't know you could scan those things.
There's lots of shit you can scan in this game.
And welcome to Aegon Waste.
Also known as my least favorite area in the game.
I don't blame you. This area is boring. I just hear nothing more than a heartbeat over and over again for the music in this area.
Well, I can hear some sort of like rocket thing, I think, but
yeah, but mostly all I hear is a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the heart of a planet crying out in agony.
If I remember correctly from the lore, I think this actually used to be like some sort of swamp, and then we got Tor with Spog instead. Go away, you stupid thing. I have no time for you.
Save room.
Yep. Did I scan these things? Yes, I did. Good.
Yeah, you did.
I forgot to scan the
save stations. Well, you don't need to scan them for a log.
Yeah, that only counts in Prime 1 and 3, I believe. Actually, I forget if you need to do it in 3, but oh well. It's not that big a deal.
There's a shitload of more doors to scan in Prime 3. Because you need to scan it for each planet.
Yeah, for some reason in Prime 3 they bring back the fact that you have to scan the doors for 100% completion. I don't get that.
I think there's something more in that room.
There is, but
you don't feel like going after it right now?
Well, it's not something we need to do. Running along. Fuck you, you stupid worm.
And boom goes the dynamite.
I'm kind of surprised that Umos doesn't give us a transmission saying, "Hey, cut that shit out."
What do you mean? What do you mean the hey, cut that shit out? Or what?
for blowing up their shit.
Yeah, it's already.
Because they technically still have to use this after we leave.
We'll just say, hey, the Ing did it.
Or you could just say that the Ing destroyed the bridge that we needed in order to get over there. That and we don't have the space jump yet, so we couldn't just jump our way over. God damn it,
No bombs.
God damn it, bombs, why do you elude me?
No spring jump either. Let's see. Oh, remember this little music?
The song that plays for nearly the first hour of Prime 3.
Yep.
Space Pirates.
There are 3 categories for your creature lock. The 3 categories are light aether, dark aether, and off-world. I bet you can guess where these guys come along.
Yep. And I honestly think that this is the dumbest iteration of the Space Pirates, mainly because they really have no clue what the fuck they're messing with.
Scan that little crabble.
At the very least, in Prime 1, they were experimenting with Phazon before they did anything involved.
Now what are they experimenting with?
They're trying to figure out how to control Dark Aether, and it's not going too well.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'd like to point this out. This game was this planet was actually referenced in Prime 1. You remember in the observatory found in the Phendrana Drifts? If you scan one of the planets there, it doesn't say that's Aether, but it's suffering from twin syndrome.
That's a completely different planet. It's even given its own name.
Yeah, I know,
it's not Aether.
Yeah, close enough.
People make that argument all the goddamn time, and I'm just like, no, that's not what it is. It's something completely different and irrelevant.
I don't believe it even said a name.
The reference to another game that you're thinking of is actually Metroid 2 Return of Samus, because they have SR388 there. Oh shit.
Yeah, and also Zebus was in there, but yeah. Scan the streak bats!
They'll respawn when I go through this room again.
Okay. By the way, the red marking. Oh! About to get our mouse back.
Easiest boss in the game.
We already scanned these buggers. Oh, no, guess we didn't. Oh, I thought we had to fight more of them. But
this is the Alpha Sand Digger. Usually the things you get your power-ups from will just be kind of like giant mooks. But it doesn't really matter, seeing as they're definitely more formidable than just giant mooks.
This thing just ends up having a huge glowing ass now.
And after you scan it, the scan visor even locks onto its ass, so that way you can stun it. And for a while it's invincible, and then you can just shoot its ass some more. Fully charged shots are your best friend in this fight.
Well, they're your best friend in a lot of fights.
But they do the most damage.
Yep. Even in the 2D games, that's how it was like. Fully charged shots do a lot of damage.
And in Fusion, it's even better if you can do it up close, because of the fact that you get a little slash that deals a crapload of damage.
And bye-bye.
Dead.
By the way, when I first fought this guy, I forgot to scan once it became Bomb Guardian.
Oops.
But yep, we get our bombs back. They look a little bit different from the first game.
It doesn't really matter, they function the exact same way.
True. You don't need to scan any of the power-ups, right?
I'm not sure, but I do it anyway.
OCD?
Yeah. I know in the first game you had to scan the pickups. And even though it shows a different morph ball design, that doesn't actually take effect. I don't know why. Maybe it was something for the beta version of the game that they forgot to take out of the animation.
Probably.
And now that we have our bombs back, we also have Spring Ball back, thank fucking god.
By the way, Spring Ball absolutely cheeses a boss later in the game.
Well, 2 bosses.
Well, mainly one. The other one's more of a happy accident.
One is mainly just something that I figured out on my own.
Really? Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah. The other one is something that was really fucking annoying in the GameCube version.
Yep. We don't have the GameCube version, so that's the real reason why this is the trilogy version.
We'll be using an original copy of Prime 3 because Jeff actually has that.
Yep.
That and I don't want to do this shit over again. Ironically enough, in my current run through of Prime 3, I actually forgot to scan run this.
Welcome. I am Isha.
I think so. I'm fairly sure that's an I.
Okay. Sentinel of the Aegon Temple. This message survives my death as guidance to one who would fight the ink. Sorry for the pauses there. That's just me slipping up.
Well, you do have my shoulder in your way.
No, not really.
Well, if you need to, you can just look on the screen.
A portal to Dark Aether lies nearby. With it, you can travel into this land's shadow. You must locate a dark temple, a twisted mockery of this sacred place. Inside, you will find the energy controller you seek.
Even though it's really just a purple version of this, I don't see how it's a twisted mockery. But oh well. Religion tends to make people very touchy.
The temple doors is held fast by 3 locks. The keys for the locks are hidden throughout that dark land.
So
you need to find other MacGuffins to get to the area with the main plot MacGuffin. Get the main plot MacGuffin, and go back into the temple grounds to go to the other place to find the other main plot MacGuffin. That's how it works.
Does this seem familiar to anybody? Oh yeah, Zelda.
Your search will be difficult. Even the very air of Dark Aether is dangerous. It can cripple the strongest of warriors.
That's not good. Well, I have to wonder how that affects Samus.
In our past struggles with the Ing, we placed the series of light crystals throughout their world. They remain today.
Why?
Although -1 because your dark doppelganger blew one up. Asshole. These crystals create safe areas that will protect you from the harmful atmosphere of the dark world. I've updated your translator module. You can access devices and doors coded with amber holograms. More lands are open to explore.
So we can technically go to Torva's Bog right now if we wanted to, but we would get our asses handed to us.
Amazing music, by the way.
Yep.
When you have taken the energy from the Dark Temple, return here at once.
They literally won't let you leave the area before giving you the energy back, so...
May the light of Aether serve you well. Aether. Who cares?
And by the way, if you're wondering how I know that they won't let you go back to the temple grounds...
He's played this game and he tried.
Yeah, I actually forgot to bring the light energy back to the temple one time, so that's how I found out. And I was like, oh, apparently they don't let you leave this area.
And they are touchy on that.
They even say that it's the Luminoth putting up a barrier to make sure you don't leave.
We're like, hey, get back here with that. We need that to survive.
Well, sorry, I kind of forgot that it doesn't automatically transfer whenever I get back to this world.
Don't you want to take a little... Nah, we can't go in there yet until we get the... Yeah, isn't it somewhere to the left of here?
Left and right, technically.
Okay.
What have you been thinking of?
The portal, or am I thinking of something else? Hey,
You're thinking of something else.
Okay, there's the streak bats. Now blow them up!
Thankfully, there's only one kind of shriek bat in this game. That's one thing that bothered me about Prime 3. Multiple types of shriek bats.
Yeah, especially
the phase-on ones.
Yep.
Anyway, now that we have the Amber translator module, we can go through here and hopefully not get kicked off the ledge by that stupid little thing over there.
get a missile expansion,
Yep.
and leave. We can go on for another 5 minutes.
I would kind of like to end it off here.
What?
I'd like to end it off here since we're next to a save point.
Okay.
It,
There we go.
Yep. Go on, sensor bar, do your job. And that's not
Wrong
what I was,
room.
Yeah, that's not the room I was thinking of. We do need to go that direction, but right now I'm kind of looking for a save point. Maybe I need to head back this way. Well, now that we have our bombs back, we can get this.
Up we go. Energy tank.
Yep. Hooray for energy tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be going for 100% in this playthrough, I would just like to mention, since I forgot to do that last episode.
Yep.
And after these first few episodes, we will have a guide on us to make sure that we don't miss anything, because some of this shit is really fucking hidden.
Yeah. It should be right there.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hooray for save points. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. In the next episode of Let's Play Metroid Prime 2,
Stretch.
we are going to try and find the portal that Isha had spoken of, and possibly get to Dark Aether and try and do some shit there. Anyway, we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.